Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Well, this has been interesting. Lots been going on for me, really. I have somehow earned the ire of some of Hasanabi's more unhinged fans. It's kind of crazy. I never thought it would happen this soon that I would piss off some bigger streamer's audience, but somehow I have done it. It's not on a massive scale, of course. It's just it wasn't even the video that I thought would actually earn anything. It was a very low effort video. It was just a live stream that I did that just went into my library. I thought nothing of it. I was just covering his response and his actions that he took during the LA riots while he was live on his Twitch, and a couple of things on his X. But I have been getting nothing but ad hominem attacks. I have been getting nothing from these people. No likes. They don't even have the decency to like the video. They're hate watching my video. And they're not attacking my narrative. They're not attacking what I'm saying. They're just calling me authoritarian. They're saying I was an imperialist for being in the military, for doing what I did, and then joining, and I became a lackey of the government. They sound like little Alex Joneses, little left-wing Alex Joneses. It's hilarious. It's truly hilarious. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Tectone's still collecting dubs left and right. Osmongold is still collecting dubs left and right. And Hasanabi's fan base is dwindling. And they're reaching out and getting violent. Not actual violence, of course. They're just skilled keyboard warriors doing their favorite little moves. They will never actually engage with anything we're saying, but let's put all of that to the back. Let's check to see what's going on. Surely there's got to be some good news. Surely there's got to be good things going on in the world. Well, mainly, yeah, if you're Tectone, things are going great for you. I'm actually excited. I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy that people are looking at my content. This is great for me. I love it. But yeah, let's do a quick little X scroll, see what we can find going on. Good for Tectone. And then we'll react to some videos. See what's going on in the world. Apparently a flight crash over there in London. That's terrible. My condolences to the family. Oh, this is interesting. Man cries as his illegal wife is rounded up ice. Well, my question is, why is she still illegal if she's married to an American citizen? Meanwhile, U.S. citizenship is the pathway to becoming a lawful president's citizen. Green card, it does not automatically confer citizenship. It requires a formal application process meeting certain requirements that can take years to happen. Well, did she overstay her green card? Did she overstay her visa? What happened? What went wrong? Why on earth did she wait? Oh my god, camera fell. That's terrifying. Why did she wait so long? Why is everything taken? Why is she not done? Why'd you let that lapse? Shouldn't that have been your top priority? I understand family things happen. This is truly sad. This didn't need to happen. There's probably more to this story, I'm sure.
¿Quisieras decir algo?
Son unas mierdas, pinche gobierno, no va a chingar su madre.
Vamos a ir al centro.
Están mis hijas esperándolos en la casa. 6 niñas tengo que dependen de nosotros.
Ella es la mamá.
Sí.
¿Y por qué se la están llevando?
Porque
¿A qué vinieron?
tumbaron el caso, según. Es lo que están haciendo ahorita, por eso no venga nadie. No vengan porque se los van a llevar a todos. Están allá. Desestimaron.
This is honestly sad. I'm actually sad about this. She was married to this man. I don't know the nuances of their relationship, but I'd like to understand why, when they got the green card from her and being married to him, why did they continue the process of becoming an actual citizen of this country? That would have avoided this entirely. This brings up a bigger issue of, when you go to this country and you here on a green card or you overstay a visa, you're putting yourself in danger of this kind of thing, this exact terrible situation. That's not good for your family. It's not good for you, but it is the law, and the law enforcement is in the right here, legally speaking. And then people are going to say, oh, it's too hard to become a citizen. It's too terrible. Well, sorry to say, that's the rules right now. That's what we have. And as long as the system's being jammed up with all these people who are cutting the line and committing actual crimes, it's not going to change. We can't fix the system if it's completely overstretched with its bandwidth. I'm not gonna lie, these hot dogs are pretty good. If you, I've been in San Diego and they have them all over the place. They're actually pretty good. Good for that guy getting in better shape.
Body cams! Turn on your body cams! Turn on your body cams! Turn on your body cams!
It's not really safe for you in there.
I know, but it's a
More. Can you come out here 1 second?
y'all. Look at
I'm not
him.
making you leave. I'm not making you leave. But
This guy got shot in the balls by
Shot
ice.
me in the nuts. And now I shot me in the nuts. And now I'm losing a ball. Surgery is tomorrow.
At least he's got his little sandwich, right?
But you know who else only had one ball? Tupac and Hit.
Yeah, somehow I doubt you're on their level, my guy. Yeah, this valiant hero got completely destroyed by ice. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, that's what you fucking get. Honestly. I'm not watching that. Oh. That's assault on a police officer, and he runs away. Ooh! Ooh! Here comes fucking Candy. Dude, Captain America came in there and laid him out. Say that one more time. Look at that air time. Look at that. Look how he got like 3 feet of air that time. Oh, what did he do? Wonder. I wonder.
Hasan Piker. It says,
Trump administration wrote global entry pass due to his political coverage.
Dear Hasan Piker, thank you for your participation in the Global Entry Program of U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Global Entry is a voluntary program available to travelers that pass a comprehensive background investigation. Applicants found to be ineligible for global entry participation may still be permitted to enter into the United States, although they will not be permitted to use the global entry lanes.
Okay, so this is a privilege that you have to apply and meet certain criteria for. Continue.
We regret to inform you that your membership in global entry has been revoked for the following reason, in parentheses S, reasons. There's a big space there, and the only thing that it says is, you do not meet program eligibility requirements.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege given by the government for you to have expedited entry into their country. Just like any privilege, it can be revoked by their decision at their discretion. It probably has nothing to do with you participating in active riots and continuing with crimes, or the encouragement and the cheering on of terrorist organizations, or the fact that you had an actual terrorist on your stream, or the multiple times you've played terrorist propaganda, or kowtowed to their, or said you're 10 toes down in support of terrorism. Yeah, it probably has nothing to do with that, Hasan. It's probably because they just don't like your shirt.
This is after they gave it to me.
That's how that works. They gave you a privilege. You did something they didn't like. They took the privilege. The only way they could take the privilege is by giving it to you, you absolute fool.
So, that's it. Was it revoked before Trump's inauguration? No, after. It says...
Yeah, okay, so Donald Trump, that's what he's insinuating, is Donald Trump revoked his thing. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, man worth billions, stopped what he was doing so he could revoke his expedited entry into the United States privilege. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what happened, Hasan.
You could be quiet.
I'm never gonna be quiet. That speaks to you.
You could be quiet.
I'm never gonna be quiet, especially when a man's up.
And you could stop talking to me, and that'd solve a lot of your problems tonight.
Hey, listen. Your dick is the size of an eraser.
Oof.
You
How did she know?
have no fucking common courtesy.
Oh yeah, you're really drowning in common courtesy with your vernacular.
this thing keeps touching you. Do you want us to make an arrest there? I'm gonna do it if you say so.
Arrest him. Like, do it.
Hey, this is the last time I'm telling you. If anything touches the guy again, I'm sending guys in. We're gonna arrest you. He's not. We're watching it. We're all standing here. What's the matter with you?
He's got the most New York accent ever. This cop is so tired of this shit. It's almost like if a cop sees you assaulting someone, and yes, putting your hands on someone without their permission is assault, you get arrested. They're literally crying about getting a warning. You're literally crying about being warned. Usually cops don't warn you of shit. Usually they just do it. That's not what he said. He didn't say he'd arrest you for standing next to him. He said he'd arrest you for touching him. It's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. Commit self-deletion. You're a fascist. You're an authoritarian. You're awful. We're sweet little babies. We didn't do nothing wrong, boss. That same shit. Oh, she's going above and beyond. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Good to see you again, Goblin. If people come into the situation wanting to hate you, there's nothing you can do to change their mind. They'll frame everything they do as evil. Yeah. Yeah. He's literally standing there, and this entire protest has, at least this portion of it, has stopped what they're doing to bitch about this one guy. Oh, God. What is this? Ugh. Jesus. She got hit by something. Shouts pro-ICE slogans, gets punched in the face, ICE protests in Austin. Should we click it?
Fascism! I want fascism!
Okay, I can tell you right now, I think we figured out why she got punched in the face.
I want ICE! Deport them all! Are you bending over on me? No, seriously. Why are you bending over on a minor?
Let's back the phone now. Yeah, so this is the peaceful and tolerant left right here. This is them. And of course, this isn't the entirety of the left platform. This is the extreme part of it. But, you know, these video keeps popping them up. They're even attacking women of color now. So if you don't disagree, if you don't agree with them completely, you don't agree with them at all. We got a bunch of fucking Anakin Skywalkers running around, committing social justice, attacking people. I'll admit, what she was saying was she was being facetious. She was being annoying. She was trying to cause a ruckus. Like, that's her God-given right. What are they doing? They're out here causing a ruckus. They're out here blocking traffic. At least she's staying on the damn sidewalk. Are you going to cry? Yeah. A group of people are attacking her for speech. I would say she has the right to be upset. Yeah. Yeah. So they will. They'll love you. They'll support you until you say things that they don't like. I don't like him. I'm not talking. I'm not watching him. Yes, it's what the people voted for by a large margin for illegal immigrants to be deported. Yes, we asked for our laws to be enforced. This is exactly what we wanted.
No, my son, please!
That's what it is, man. That's what the people asked for. They said, get out of here. If you're here illegally, you need to leave. You need to go. What's this? Look at them. Look at them. This guy has probably been protesting with them all night, and he's trying to say he loves America. He doesn't agree with what's going on, but he loves this country, and he's not going to stand for this. No, I can guarantee you I don't agree with everything this guy has to do or what this guy has to say, but I support his right to defend the American flag. This is a man who's a patriot. We probably don't agree on anything, but I do agree with his right, and I do agree with him, and I respect him for doing what he's doing, which is protecting the American flag from burning. This is the minority. This man right here is the minority of this protest who actually wants to see change done and done the right way. These people, these are just agitators. These are just bad actors who just want to tear shit up and scream all day and let out because they can't afford a therapist. And look at them. They're surrounding him like moths to the flame. They're going to call him MAGA. They're attacking him. They're like, why is it so important for them to burn a flag?
Fuck eyes! Fuck eyes! Fuck that flag! What the fuck are they doing to your people, bro? Whose side are you on? Whose fucking side are you on, bro? Burn that shit, bro! Hey, talk to me divided! Talk to me divided! We Mexican, Mexican! Fuck that shit! Burn that shit! Be the Mexican for the railroad!
He is corny. He is corny, but you're the one trying to do the cliche, and you're the one trying to burn flags to get some kind of message that you can't even say what it is.
What's up? What you gonna do?
I respect his actions in this context. Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's watch some videos. This is Osmond Gold clip.
So this is the letter that Hasan...
Oh, this is the actual letter.
Yeah, he got sent this from... Department of Homeland Security. Dear Hasan, after careful review, we have determined that your global entry program membership was revoked because you do not meet the guidelines program participation. An individual is ineligible to participate in a trusted traveler program. It determines that the individual presents a potential risk for terrorism. The risk determination will be based on part of the applicant's ability to demonstrate past compliance with laws, regulations.
So Hasan said that they only said that what was it? I saw a picture of it.
Present because you this from department.
So he only read the front part. Of course, that's the part he reads to his stream. He said reasons you do not meet the program eligibility requirements. He leaves it at that, right? That's what he posts on X.
Department of Homeland Security for terrorism.
But let's read the actual listed reason.
Participation. An individual is ineligible to participate in a trusted traveler program. It determines that the individual presents a potential risk for terrorism. The risk determination will be based on part of the applicant's ability to demonstrate past compliance with laws, regulations, and policies. I mean, Hassan was literally in the middle of the fucking highway the other day.
Oh yeah, that's criminality. That's enough right there to remove his visa benefit, whatever the hell it's called. Not his travel visa, but his expedited entry program into the U.S. Yeah. Absolutely. You're filming yourself. Look at that face. That little baby face. Filming yourself committing crimes. What did you think was going to happen, fool?
Hey, right? I mean, that's not, as far as I know, standing in the middle of the highway isn't legal. You cannot interview a Houthi terrorist that you introduce as a Houthi terrorist.
And then proclaim him to be the greatest hero in all of anime.
Are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother.
And then say, we support you. Give him a hand heart. Then you say, you 10 toes down, support the Houthis.
10 toes fucking down.
Is Hasan known or suspected of being or having been engaged in conduct constituting being in aid of or related to terrorism?
I would say so. I would say playing their propaganda, saying you're 10 toes down, encouraging your supporters to watch their content and to agree with them. Encouraging your supporters to join a LA riot, encouraging your supporters to stand on a freeway and commit more crimes. Yeah, I would say he definitely meets the requirements.
The Houthis are a terrorist organization. He's absolutely aiding the Houthis by giving them screen time and promoting them. Do you know who else agrees that Hasan giving them screen time positively and aiding them is legitimate? Ubisoft.
Thank you, Ubisoft, for sponsoring the stream for me to play Assassin's Creed Shadow.
So obviously it has value. They're paying him. Now there's some people who say it's not terrorism. You can say that, but according to the government, it is.
All right, there it is. Trump designates Yemen's Houthis as a foreign terrorist organization. Biden administration redesignates Houthis as a special designated global terrorists. So it wasn't just the right-wing government saying that the Houthis are terrorists. No, no, no. Even the Democrats know that they're deranged fucking animals. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
And if you're supporting a group that, according to the government, is a terrorist organization, you should expect the government to expect you or to think that you are supporting terrorists. Anybody who's watched his stream knows that that is a one-for-one. If it was,
hey, make sure you watch it more than 17 seconds, though. If you watch a 17-second clip, apparently that's bad.
There is a reporter, it's okay, but he's not okay? No, you're not a...
No, that's not a reporter if you're an active participant in crimes. You are not a reporter at that point. You are a propagandist, even though Hasan has outright admitted and enjoyed stating that he was a propagandist. He said it multiple times he's a propagandist.
Reporter whenever you're saying that you support them. You're not reporting the news.
You're not a reporter. You're a fucking fanboy.
Promoting this. The United States government took him off the list because of his support of terrorism, but Hasan has never been banned on Twitch for terrorism. For support.
How funny would it be, though, if they're like, oh, he's a terrorist supporter, that's fine, and then whatever worker is in charge of revoking these things sees that he's on the highway, he's like, how dare that man impede traffic, how dare he? Remove him from the list. That'd be pretty funny.
Supporting it, not ever. Even though every single instance of this being a problem.
Yeah, it wasn't the terrorism that got him, it was the standing on the freeway.
Was recorded on Twitch, which I find to be very interesting.
That's funny.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start with this. White House reporter learning an important lesson.
Let's get straight to Brooks Singman now with the very latest on those anti-ICE protests.
President Trump.
Hey guys, it was the fourth straight day of anti-ICE riots in Los Angeles as demonstrators are protesting against the Trump administration's immigration raids throughout the city.
Shut up. No one's talking to you.
The president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid...
Learning an important lesson from Caroline Levitt.
So if there were peaceful protests on Saturday for the military parade, President Trump would allow that. Of course.
Yes. What are you talking about? Of course. It's in the Constitution of the United States that you can have peaceful protests.
The president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid question. Raquel.
Thank you so much, Caroline.
That was a little on the nose.
Yes, stupid question.
Yeah, that was a little on the nose. I don't think Caroline Levitt should have done that. I'm petty. I'm a petty Twitch streamer / kick streamer. I'd rather be a kick streamer, honestly. They're nicer. But I can say stupid shit like that. But when you are the press secretary, maybe tone down the sass just a little bit.
Deserve brutal.
Even though I do think it was fucking funny. I do.
Answers. She won't make that mistake again. Here is another supposed celebrity, a preachy clown called Dochi. She calls herself a swamp princess, and she seems to have missed the unhinged violence in LA.
There are ruthless attacks that are creating fear and chaos.
I agree. They destroyed an Apple store, a Nike store. They destroyed every single robotic taxi, and they're even breaking down the curb to throw shit at cops. I agree. She's 100% right on this.
Our communities in the name of law and order. Trump.
Oh no, never mind. She's retarded.
Using military forces to stop a protest.
LA riots. Ring a bell. It's almost like it's happening again.
And I want y'all to consider.
This man is so tired of this shit. She's like, look at this lady right here. She's just like, oh God, I want to go to bed.
What kind of government it appears to be when every time we exercise our democratic right to protest, the military is deployed against us. What type of government is that?
You know, it's the type of government that upholds the law, that protects the innocent from the lawless. Dochi, if that's her name, sounds a bit like a fruit, a citrusy fruit. Has a bit to learn there. Now to the ladies of The View and Whoopi. Oh,
I love The View. The View is so much fun to watch.
He seems to think.
Not because they're good or if they're funny, just because they're so stupid.
That California is some sort of a separate country. and that the president cannot exercise his power over the rogue state.
Whatever happened to states' rights? I thought that was what you do, because you tell the state, this is what we're thinking. And
yeah, there's states' rights, and then there's government overreach, and that can even happen at the state level. And then there's this new concept called, you may not have heard it, called ineptitude. All right? The state government and the city government has been completely inept in their response to this. Even more so, they've almost actually actively sabotaged the police response to this and let it get to the size it is.
doing, you don't just send people in. You don't just send troops in. But what do I know?
Well, you don't know much.
Not much. Not shit, actually.
We've worked that out. But if Whoopi's clueless, Sunny Hostin is utterly unhinged. Just listen to this.
You are an army turned inside to police its citizens can cause chaos, fascism. And so I think that's the way, and civil war. Yeah. I think that's the way we need to look at it.
And let's hear from Sarah Haynes, who has some sobering news for the ladies. The great majority of Americans support Donald Trump's policy to deport every illegal immigrant.
66% of the American public actually thinks it is crime enough to be undocumented.
It is. It's absolutely grounds for removal.
And therefore deported.
That it's criminal to be undocumented?
Yes, it is.
It's criminal to be a criminal? Oh, I don't know about that one.
Not, you know how the disagreement was in the beginning, we were told it was going to be violent criminals, and I think everyone at this table would agree. Yeah. Haul out violent criminals, fine. But a very important distinction was...
Yeah, but that's not what everyone at that table did. You guys have been bitching about this since before he was even inaugurated. You were like, this is terrible. What about the families?
60% of the American public, 2/3 of independents, 90% of Republicans, and just a little under half of Democrats think the crime is in being
that's a bigger number than I thought it'd
even
be.
if it's a civil offense. Yes.
Yeah,
so what I'm
true.
saying is a massive amount of this country actually...
Did she just say that coming into this country illegally is a civil offense? It's absolutely not a civil offense.
With not
it's
how
a criminal
he's doing
offense.
it, but with what he's doing.
Well, actually, I'd say the majority would be pretty happy with how he's doing it. And I don't know where the ladies of the View were during the election campaign, but Donald Trump was pretty clear that his policy was to deport every illegal immigrant, not just those convicted of additional criminal offences. Joining me now is Newsweek's senior editor-at-large and Article 3 Project Senior Counsel Josh Hammer. Josh, the ladies of
Let's
the
get on
View
to Jimmy
were not
Kimmel
happy
crying.
by TV.
How much you guys want to bet Jimmy Kimmel cries?
The comics in America have completely lost the plot. They've turned into unwatchable leftist example.
Been watching cable news and believe this city is some kind of totalitarian hellscape right now. It most certainly is.
Only if you're Republican, yeah, because if you go down there and say anything of Republican value, you will get the shit kicked out of you.
It's not. I'm very angry, I have to say. I cannot believe what's going on. I knew it was going to be bad. I did
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
not know it was going to be this bad. People who have lived here their whole lives, people who've been in this city longer than I have, the vast majority of whom have never done anything wrong or being abducted, which is the...
I don't know, coming into the country illegally? I'm hoping he cries. I'm assuming he will. He usually does.
In masks, hiding their identities, grabbing people off the street and at work, sending people to detention centers, and to protest that, which is not only our right as Americans, it's our responsibility. Los Angelinos have...
Then why aren't you out there? Why aren't you out there in the streets, Jimmy? You say you live there. Go outside.
Been gathering to demonstrate, and with very few exceptions, peacefully demonstrate to voice their opposition.
I agree. Very few examples of people actually peacefully protesting. The majority of the people who are out there are destructive and violent. You're right. Jimmy's right in this. Very few people are being peaceful. He's right about that.
To this disgusting and unnecessary abuse of power instigated by our mentally ill president, who is dead set.
Or the disgusting and little used power that the mayor or the governor use. They've done nothing other than complain on Twitter. Oh, and apparently file a lawsuit for the president doing his job.
On exacerbating this, who actually wants conflict, who is intentionally inflaming and lying to make it seem like there's a war going on here. He wants there to be a war going on here, and he doesn't care who gets hurt in it. There's a riot outside.
Are you fucking kidding me, Jimmy Kimmel? There's no riot outside. Literal buildings getting mobbed. Literal cars on fire. People getting hurt. Hundreds of people arrested. Hundreds more injured. Freeways entirely shut down. Civil disobedience. All sorts. There's a fucking curfew, for God's sakes. It's been 5 fucking days. What are you talking about, you moron?
Josh, I can't believe his audience is circling
Jimmy
the
Kimmel
drain.
got me
I don't even
cussing.
know where to
Damn
start with all that. First, the denial that the riots are even happening. Then the demented hysteria about Trump.
Actually, because we're facing the exact same situation now in Los Angeles. Sectional
Oh yeah, we're really drowning in the fucking peace. Look at all this peace we got.
It is, coalition
it's a whole lot of peace right there.
So too have they seemingly learned nothing whatsoever when it comes to the overwhelming, abiding moral imperative of law and order when it comes to anarchy and domestic insurrectionary activity here. I think back to the infamous CNN Chiron during the St. George Floyd riots in 2020 where there was that reporter standing there.
All right, let's check this out.
So at least 53 people have been arrested as violent protesters.
Let's get straight to Brooke Singman now with the very latest on those anti-ICE protests. Hi, Brooke.
Hey guys, it was the 4th straight day of anti-ICE riots in Los Angeles as demonstrators are protesting against the Trump administration's immigration raids throughout the city. So at least 53 people have been arrested as violent protesters face off against police with flashbangs and rubber bullets flying. President Trump authorized an additional 2,000 National Guard members to help respond to the protests. And California Governor Gavin Newsom says the move only creates more tension and unrest. The administration also deploying 700 active duty Marines because of the increased threats against federal buildings. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirming the deployment, saying, quote, "We have an obligation to defend federal law enforcement officers, even if Gavin Newsom will not." Newsom responding, saying the Secretary of Defense is illegally deploying them onto American streets so Trump can have a talking point at his parade this weekend. "We will sue to stop."
Yeah, that didn't really go your way, did it, Newsom?
This. California has already confirmed it will sue Trump over his decision to activate the National Guard. Trump and Newsom went back and forth all day long, with the president even saying he would support arresting the California governor over obstructing ICE operations. Listen.
Gavin Newsom is daring Tom Homey to come and arrest him. Should he do it? I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great. Yeah, but
I think this audio is obviously adjusted. I'm not saying this isn't what they said. This is obviously adjusted because of the background noise.
I like the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look, I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows.
In the meantime, Attorney General Pam Bondi confirming the suspect accused of throwing rocks at a federal officer has been identified. Bondi says he is now on the most wanted list.
That's enough of that. This is the story I really wanted to get to. This is my favorite story. I saw this on Twitter yesterday blowing up. I had to wait. Does something objectively justified he's just creating a talking point? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's all Gavin Newsom's doing, is because he's trying to make a run for president next cycle. He just wants to be able to say, but as long as his state's on fire, and literally both on fire and rioting, he's probably not going to fucking win. This is destroying his presidential bid, and that's why he's so butthurt.
What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering End, and perhaps my...
One sec. I always say to like and subscribe, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. If I ever play someone's comment and I don't like and subscribe, make sure you tell me.
Favorite F around and find out scenario. Leave a like on the video right now if you enjoy me serving up the hottest, most steaming plates of FAFO imaginable. That's one of my, these are my all-time favorite videos to make. So there was an individual who was going around and doxing ICE agents.
I can tell you right now that is a terrible fucking idea. That is a terrible idea to try to reveal the personal details of federal law enforcement, or any law enforcement for that fact. Doxing is not okay. It's a sickness. It's a weak strategy for those who cannot get their voice out and who cannot actually communicate how they're feeling. It's just people who are angry. People who do doxing are people who are just angry and incompetent. So what do? They take cheap shots and they put people in actual physical danger.
And sharing where they were staying in hotels. I want to start with the how it started. You know, the how it started aspect of the FAFO, because that's the best part of it. So an individual who doesn't even live in Los Angeles was growing in popularity on X, sharing posts about not just where federal agents are being cited or ICE agents are being cited, a form of, I imagine, interfering with law enforcement.
Oh, I'm sure it's a form of obstruction of justice at some level. I would not be surprised if there is a federal judge or a local judge who issued an arrest warrant for this person.
But he was also sharing where they would stay at hotels. If you see federal agents in LA, DM us a photo and the location. Let's keep.
This dude turned out to be a stalker. Like he stalked a lady or he stalked somebody. Oh God, I can't
LA
wait
safe
to,
again.
I hope
doesn't
Jeremy
live
goes
in
over
LA.
this. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that blow up. Is this the guy? He looks exactly how I thought he would. Oh God.
This is what the soy-infused hero looks like.
This as a vulnerable individual. He stalked a person classified as a vulnerable individual, meaning either disabled or underage. Oh man, that's disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, he looks like the satirical character. If I guarantee you, if I went into an AI and asked him to make me a picture of a stalker, this is pretty close to what it would look like. And this is hilarious because all those little Antifa thugs, all those people with masks, most of them look like this fucking guy.
Like, I bet you're totally surprised. Sharing address where they are. I genuinely hope this doesn't end in anyone losing their life, but it's starting to feel like it might. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be powering the rioters with not only their addresses, but what hotels they're staying at.
Oh, buddy. You are going to prison. You are going to federal prison, and you're gonna be having some fun.
So this kid was like, I'm fighting a man.
Oh, those fucking teeth, man. I'm not gonna lie. He looks like a piranha.
Fighting your power. I'm fighting your power.
That's probably exactly how he sounds.
A little less fat Ian Miles Chong. Ooh, I love LA. I'm a big LA. Oops, he's not even from LA? He's not from LA? Wait, Ian Miles Chungus isn't from America? Oh, I bet you there's...
Is that what we're calling him out? Ian Miles Chungus? Is quartering, making that term? I'll roll with it. I like that. That's a funny nickname.
Still people that watch my videos that don't know that. He's never even been in America. But he wants you to think he's an American. Then, of course, the finding out portion has begun. So,
a federal judge has issued an arrest warrant for Jack Quinlan, who runs the LA Scanner account for doxing ICE agents. Well, Jack, you done fucked up. Actually, that's a much more flattering picture of him. It's not a great picture. This is by no means a handsome man, but a slightly less tismed individual in this picture. Like that first picture, he looked like a fucking toad with teeth. But this picture, he kind of looks more like that girl from Walking Dead. What is it, Walking Dead or The Last of Us?
So people started... Now, what I've noticed is
there it is again.
Like, these...
He looks like a little kid who bites. He looks like somebody who, when you say, hey, be careful, don't go next to that 5-year-old, he bites. That's what this kid looks like.
Counter doxers, which, I don't agree with any doxing, but if you are doxing somebody else, I don't care if you get doxed.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for you. The punishment fits the crime.
That's just...
I'm not advocating for you to go out and dox people who dox you. I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying if a doxer gets doxed, I'm not surprised.
I don't care. If you're participating in this, type of behavior, then I don't care if you get doxed. So this guy gets doxed. His name is Jack Quillian. He was the operator of the LA Scanner account, which has now, of course, been deactivated.
Damn it.
And turns out, well.
All right, this must be what you were talking about, Goblin. Let's check it out. Case information. Details including violation of the case status are listed below. Jack Donald Quinlan, Ventura County Sheriff Department, Ventura, California. Oh, yeah. Welcome, Salty. Welcome to the chat. So, Sheriff's Department in Ventura County. This was in 2023. A felony offense. He was convicted. That's the case status, convicted. So this is something he's absolutely guilty of.
Well, it looks like he has a felony.
Found guilty by a court for stalking.
Charge from
Jeremy,
earlier
scroll down, big guy. Come on.
No, late in 2023, he had a felony charge, found guilty of stalking, and then he was also charged with SA. Now, that charge was dismissed. I don't know all the details of the case, but this guy is a federal or a felon. Again, not from LA. And you see, it's interesting. What, he's a stalker? He definitely has that vibe. Yeah, he definitely looks like a stalker to me. So people started counter-doxing him. And of course, we got to this. I want to issue a formal apology.
Of course he does. Now he's sorry.
Of ICE raids.
Now he's sorry.
I will no longer do so. I've contacted the authorities to take responsibility, and they are currently reviewing my account to determine if there are any laws broken.
Yes.
If it's found that I have violated the law, I will cooperate fully and turn myself in. Do you know why he did this? Why he said this? It's because once people doxed him and found out he was a felon, they turned him in.
Yeah.
To those targeting my family, please, I'm begging you to stop. Well, you were targeting the ICE agents, putting them in danger. I don't care. I don't care.
No, I don't. That's the one thing I do disagree with. I do not. I agree that I don't care that they're targeting the individual. I do not agree with targeting their family. That's not okay. This dude's a piece of shit. But his family is not involved in his fucking retarded ass crusade.
They should not be dragged into this. Oh, like the families of those ICE agents that you put at risk? The anger should be directed at me, not them. Someone has already come to my home, pounding on the door and demanding to confront me. This has gone too far. To anyone I may have put at risk, I apologize.
Homie had his own... Homie... he isn't sorry what he did. He has to face the consequences. And yeah, everyone knows that if you come out and you plead guilty, yeah, the consequences are easier. The easier you make it on the prosecution, the easier they go on you. So clearly he's not actually... He's a dumbass, but clearly he's not stupid. At least not stupid enough to not know that fact.
Apologize. That was never my intention. And there's now been an arrest warrant issued for him. He tweeted this out at 9 p.m. last night in a panic.
Oh, now he's done nothing wrong, guys. Hold on now.
I want to be absolutely clear. I've done nothing wrong. Yet
then why'd you apologize?
Now facing serious and escalating threats. Private information about me and my family is being spread online. Oh, how do you like that? That sure is a shame. My loved ones have been targeted. Threats have been made. Their workplaces have been contacted.
That's right. He's only sorry he has to face the consequences.
Well, gee, I just don't care. I just don't care. What is happening is wrong. It is dangerous and needs to stop. I'm pleading with everyone. Please stop. My family doesn't deserve this.
Give me a sec. I want to see the warrant. I want to pull up the warrant of this guy. Times of India. Oh, here it is. Here, this isn't the warrant. But this was what I was looking for. This says that the victim was vulnerable. So yeah, that does mean that they were a minor or somebody with a mental impairment. So this guy was stalking someone who was either a minor or a mentally impaired individual. That's terrible.
No one's family does. Please stop. I don't care. Here's you posting the hotels where ICE agents are staying.
That's true. That could have been an old person too. I wonder if it's for anyone in a protected class. That could be it. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But I think it has to be someone who is either physically or mentally vulnerable.
You were willing to tell everyone where ICE law enforcement officers were hiding and staging. What you did was extremely wrong. But at the same time, I do agree with you. You know, people shouldn't send people to your house. Yeah, well, I don't care. I mean, I agree with him, but I don't care if people do that. Sorry, it's just consequence culture. And the story even gets more hilarious as a federal judge has now issued a warrant to arrest Jack, who runs the LA Scanner account, for doxing ICE agents. I mean,
you
what's
fuck
interesting
around, you find out, man.
Is if one of these people show up and, you know, and something happens to these ICE agents, I wonder how much responsibility this guy would take. I found his YouTube channel. What it says here is, fun fact, as a convicted felon, Jack is not allowed to own or...
Fuck, this guy has more subscribers than I do. I'm coming for you, Jack. I will pass you. That's my new goal, to pass Jack.
Operate a police scanner. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He does look like Bella Ramsey.
Stalking? Wow, guilty of stalking. Yikes. Is this the same guy that puts police lives in danger? Then there's people putting his address in the comments. I mean...
Oh, make sure that's not on there. I don't need that.
There's all... I mean, this is very, very bad. And I don't care, because what's wild is there's a lot of this happening.
I don't care either, man. These are consequences, and it's the more people who are public like this, who actually face the consequences of their actions, the less people will be encouraged to do this. We've grown up and we've become a very privileged society where people think they can just break laws and do whatever they want, and they feel that their ignorance of the law, not knowing it's the law, or the mass majority of people not caring about the law, gives them some kind of carte blanche to do whatever they want. And this is not the case, and repercussions are coming. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of online personalities who've been breaking laws for years start to get held accountable and completely bitch about it, and I am totally here for it. It'll be hilarious.
Yesterday, I know COC, but it was absolutely your intention. People are not... I retweeted a guy yesterday. You know, I don't know who this person is. I'm not, like, I'm not endorsing them. But...
That's a good point. I'm not going to lie. I hope to God the state of California sends him a subpoena or just a fucking ticket. That'd be hilarious. Just something petty like that for standing on the freeway. Be like, oh, standing on the 101 freeway on this date, June 9th. As seen, here's our evidence, your fucking live stream. Here's your fucking warrant for your arrest or your ticket or whatever you get. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. Has Twitch banned him for that, by the way? Has Twitch banned him for breaking laws while on stream?
But I'm noticing a lot of
the answer
kind
is
of
no.
Counter attacks, like counter doxing and counter. You know, here's this 0 hour person who's putting the photo. Apparently, this is the guy that runs the You're a Non-Central account. Lol. You know, this guy has been. Where is this? I think here, 0 hour. Like, this guy's just saying, hey.
Oh, absolutely. The funny thing is that they'll tell him about the ban on Saturday, even though allegedly they don't work on the ban department doesn't work on Saturdays. They don't work on weekends. But Hasan was banned on a Saturday. Well, they initiated the ban on Saturday for a Sunday. So why? How is that? How come Tectone wasn't unbanned after they admitted they were wrong and they made him wait an extra 2 days? Yeah, but it'll definitely, if Hasan gets banned, it will be on his day off for sure.
I bet you delete your account today. So this guy is doxing. All these people are issuing threats. BRB phone is ringing. Could be JD Vance saying, "Please more. I don't want to miss it." You know, like money well spent, lads. F your.
Oh, dude, I love how, America is getting so just petty when it comes to telling people to fuck your feelings, and I love it. I'm all here for it.
Protests and your foreign flag, support your local ICE raids. There are lots of people out there who are now putting these people's information out on.
I do not agree with doxing. I do not condone doxing.
The internet.
But I'm not surprised, and I will not feel bad for you if you dox and get doxed. I will not feel bad for you because the punishment definitely fits the crime in that case.
You know what? I'm all for it. You know, the left has had all these kind of like cyber terries for a very long time. All these anon accounts and doxers, they've all been run by mostly left-wing lunatics. And so, you know, it's cool that the right wing has some people. You know, it's cool that the right wing has some people. There goes 2 more on the left, darlings. Deportations underway in California. Let freedom ring. So there's, here's another one. Oh, you heard of this guy? Only known picture of him. Here's his picture. I'm all for this. You guys ever meet mega cults too? He likes to hide his face. Oh, here's his real picture. I'm against this. So I love that people are fighting back against this. Who is Jack Quillian, LA scanner account operator, admits to doxing ICE agents, vows to cooperate with authorities, and now there's a federal arrest warrant. Yeah.
Well, dude, that's all I got to say about this Jack guy. He fucked around. He found out. He's crying about it, and I love it. Let's just check the video, see if there's anything else of his. Not that I'm seeing. Oh, hold on a minute. Remove this post about me immediately? Is there more to him being an absolute troll?
It's funny how this is, going. Here's the thing. Please remove this post about me.
I will not be threatened to remove something I published. Freedom of press exists for a reason. You doxed ICE agents, you found out. Yeah, pretty much. Has the same soy boy look as Central Committee without the beard.
Oh, he's an LGBTQ activist too, based out of Houston, Texas.
This motherfucker doesn't even live in Los Angeles? What a fucking dork, dude.
Wait a minute. You didn't even live in LA?
Oh, yeah. Dude. So he was just stirring the fucking pot. He wasn't trying to help out his local community. He was just stirring the pot and trying to get people hurt. Like, what the fuck is your deal, dude? You're an actual psychopath.
And you're an LGBTQ activist? What a coincidence. Here's, people are giving him the Defiant Owls treatment. Here's...
I'm not going to say this dude has Down syndrome. I'm not going to say that. But it looks like his mom and dad might have been related. Just saying.
The Holiday Inn address.
That forehead is large.
LA scanner. I recently discovered several posts containing my family's home and address. I love this. I don't know if these people are right-wing or not, but if you're going to be doxing federal employees, putting their lives at risk who are just trying to, enforce the law, I don't care if you get doxed. I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying I don't care. And I don't care because this guy wouldn't have cared if somebody showed up at those hotels and, did a drive-by and something bad happened to those ICE agents, right? We have to start, these people who have been allowed to operate with impunity online, Well,
I think I know what Quartering's going to say right now. I think I know what Jimmy's going to say. You can't just do whatever you want and expect people to like it and not do anything back. Like, I fully expect Hasan's supporters to come in here and do another one of my videos and call me an authoritarian and lash out at me for being a veteran and say that I was a cog in the machine and that, they just turned into little Alex Joneses. You were a cog in the machine and now you're a piece of shit libertarian. I hate you. I hate you so much. You're an authoritarian. You're a monster. You're a baby killer. That kind of shit. That's what they do. They live in ad hominem. They don't actually engage with any arguments. And what pisses them off even more than telling them they're wrong and proving them they're wrong is punishing them for their actual crimes. And that's what's happening to this guy. And that's what he deserves.
It's out of control.
I'm done with this guy's video. Ooh, Adam Carolla reacts. Is this over? It's over a day old. Yeah, I'll react to it. I have a rule. I will not react to something unless it's over at least 24 hours old.
Photos went viral. Is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, almost forgot. Gotta subscribe. Gotta like. If I'm more active in the video, I gotta do it.
Was one of the protesters or rioters on top of a Waymo?
Oh yeah, but it makes them feel better.
Car, and it's all over the place right now.
Now, I mean, it's kind of a fine line between blending in and then having people turn on you. And I don't know if you wear a helmet.
I don't know if you guys know who Adam Carolla is, but he is a comedian. He used to do a home improvement show. He's actually really fucking funny. And he's also extremely famous for calling Gavin Newsom out on his bullshit to his face. And it was awesome. I'll react to that clip another time, but it's pretty funny.
I don't know if you dress a certain way. I don't know if there's a kind of a urban camouflage. Like, I had an idea. One of my best ideas ever was a jumpsuit that had a plywood print on it, And when the city was all burnt down and the shit was going down and the mob turns on you, you turn against a piece of plywood that's in front of an old liquor store and you blend right in. The crowd goes right past you. So we're looking at the picture of the guy waving the Mexican flag on top of the what looks like a burning Waymo, or a Waymo with a burning Waymo behind.
Those of you not from California who don't know what a Waymo is a taxi, essentially, AI-driven taxi.
But anyway, very, very iconic, very amazing. Is that just captured on your iPhone, or are you down there with real equipment?
That's just on my iPhone. Does great shots. It's versatile. Has the portrait mode and all that. It keeps me light and on my feet. So, with too much equipment, it makes it hard to move around. Identity. A couple other of my fellow journalists, Cam Higbee, Anthony Cabasa. They've had public, if you want to call them hits, or public messages put out on them with pictures, doxing them, basically informing the rest of the rioters, and messages put out on. They've had public, if you want to call them hits, or public.
So just for going out and taking pictures and documenting the action these rioters are taking, these rioters are doxing them. And their rider supporters are doxing them because they can't handle transparency. They can't handle their actions and their words and the things that are doing being brought to light. So I got an idea. Let's dox these guys. That didn't end well for old boy Jackie over there. Let's see what happens to these guys.
Public messages put out on them with pictures, doxing them, basically informing the rest of the rioters and protesters, get these guys, get them out of there because of all the things that we're exposing.
Yeah, that's borderline incitement.
I think Antifa's starting to get in the mix. Yesterday when I was...
Starting? Bro, they're there.
Taking videos of the rioters breaking up the sidewalk and collecting rocks, which they used for 2 hours to throw at police officers. The rioters started cracking down on people recording, and I imagine by today they're going to be a lot more vigilant about making sure that independent journalists aren't covering things that make them look unsavory.
Well, it's always this weird dichotomy because they're there, they have a bullhorn, they're protesting, they're here, they're taking to the streets to be seen, and then when someone puts a microphone in front of their face, they push them off, and it was the same thing with all the free Palestine bullshit. Soon as
that's the same composition as the Trump pick. Oh yeah, it does.
Somebody said, hey, can we talk to you about freeing Palestine? They're like, get out of my face.
Well, that's because the people at these riots, there's people who are violent and want to say this stuff. They only know the three catchphrases for the riot. They don't know actually why they're there. They don't care. They're just like, we're mad. Why are you mad? Fuck you. You're why I'm mad now. And then they attack you. That's how they do it. If you ever see any of these videos, they're hilarious.
It's like, well, I don't really get it, because if you have a point, then make your point. Like, it happens all the time where people go, well, why didn't Anthony Fauci go on Tucker Carlson's show? And the answer is, well, he didn't want to be treated unfairly. It's like, well, make your point. You don't have to be treated. I'll go on The View. I'm not worried about being treated unfairly. I'll make my point. And
yeah, that's the difference between an activist and someone who means what they say. They actually want to go out and say and they have a point to make. Like, they can actually talk about the topics that they're educated in and the topics that are to the point. The people who are just angry and spiteful, unfortunately, a lot of them are left-wingers. There's a lot of left-wingers who will not debate or even converse with somebody who disagrees with them. Instead, their emotions take over and they just turn into like a little retarded Hulk, and they just want to argue and call you a piece of shit and do ad hominem attack. It's just their bread and butter. It's sad. It's really sad to see how intellectual capacity is dwindling nowadays, both on the right and on the left, of course. But just people have lost the ability to fucking communicate.
And as long as you don't, edit it, then we'll be fine. Or it's like a hostile environment. Like, look, if your point, whatever your point is, make it. Now, we're watching video of stuff you took, I'm guessing, which is people grabbing rocks and throwing. People don't.
Yeah, we're really drowning in the piece over here with that. Look at these guys.
Really realize that it doesn't take a bullet or a knife wound to kill a person. If you're riding a moped and someone hits you in the head with a rock, you're dead.
Oh, well, hold on a second, Adam Carolla. No, I haven't watched the Channel 5 vid. Hold on a second, Adam Carolla. I've played Call of Duty, all right? Just like all these people. I know for a fact you got to break at least 3 plates before someone takes any kind of actual damage. What are you talking about, bro? Play a fucking video game. So stupid.
death. That's how it goes.
These are, 10, 20-pound rocks that they were throwing 20 feet down off the overpass. One of the rocks actually ended up striking a police officer, but they were screaming, aim for the head, aim for the head. And, I don't want to generalize who these riders...
Did everybody just see what that guy just did? The guy in the blue shirt? Watch the guy in the blue shirt.
Rocks actually ended up striking
He's holding rocks in his hand,
police
right?
officer, but they were
He's holding
screaming,
rocks in his
aim
hand,
for the
right?
head,
Watch,
aim
he
for the
puts them
head.
down.
And
this guy, this is the guy. These people who are going there and who are leaving rocks around and leaving bricks around, that's exactly what this guy did. Because he's not going to throw it himself. No. He puts it next to a group of people that he can see are agitated. This guy is worse than the actual protesters. This is a fucking enabler. This is someone who will go around and give the opportunity and instigate, but he will not themselves actually do anything. But they'll sure as hell make sure you do. They'll encourage you to do all the violent shit. These are the people you need to look out for when you're at a protest. If you're at a protest, which is your absolute right and it's peaceful, and you see guys like this leaving what could be weapons around for people to use and saying things to get people more and more amped up and riled up and encouraging you to do violence, these are the people who lead to this kind of bullshit. I'm happy this guy caught it on video.
Generalize who these rioters or who these protesters are because it's such a big mix and it's growing every single day. But so many people out there I was hearing saying, oh, we're just here, school's out, and oh, it's a Sunday, I'm bored. And so while there are a lot of rioters out there that are there because they're passionate about opposing Trump and they really care about the immigration issue, I suspect there's a large amount of people that are out there that are, in their teens or early 20s that are vaguely...
Yeah, no shit. Almost all of them are fucking in their teens and early 20s.
Liberal, or that are just, they happen to lean left and have nothing better to do, and so they're getting...
Oh, by the way, recording your actions on a TikTok, and like this gentleman right here is doing in the black, of you committing actual assault on police officers, in the short term, you may get away with it. But once the dust settles, they're coming after you. I mark my words, this idiot right here who just threw this rock at cops and recorded it for his TikTok or whatever it is, his Instagram Live or whatever he's doing, yeah, he's going to go to jail, and that's a fucking felony. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person is not here legally, they're going to get deported. But yeah. And it's funny. It's always these little tiny soy boys, these little 110-pound soaking wet little skinny guys who want to do all the violence. But when an actual person who's, I don't know, practices jujitsu and does some kind of boxing, someone who actually takes care of themselves and has some level of testosterone in their body, grabs a hold of this person, this is the first type of person. This is the type of person that immediately plays a victim.
On the action, and they're emboldened. I don't.
God, who taught you guys how to throw, man? You guys don't know how to throw? Like, you're not even stepping into it. Like, what the hell are you doing?
It makes sense. The police officer.
Look how scared they are. Look at this. Watch how this person on the left throws and then immediately ducks. That's a sign of cowardice. That means that he doesn't mean what he's doing. He's just doing it because it's what everybody else is doing.
It makes sense. The police officers are not engaging the rioters. Yeah. They set up a perimeter. They wait for hours and hours and hours until nightfall or until the rioters move to a different location.
So dumb.
And then they will lightly engage. But when people are saying, oh, the escalation, it's getting to a point where the escalation is them not engaging the rioters because it's just giving them this sense of we can do whatever the F we want. And as you can see on screen, this is the result. Bars are being broken into.
Yeah, and that's what Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, and Gavin Newsom did. They didn't address the issue, and these people got more and more violent because these people are like, oh, let's see what we can get away with. And if anybody who has a kid and watching this, or if anybody like myself who is dating someone with a child, or has ever had to babysit a child, well, they know at some point those kids are going to push the envelope. They're going to push the issue. They're going to try to get away with little cheeky things here and there to see how much they could possibly get away with. That kind of behavior has become more and more prevalent in America, especially because we're ultra privileged. People will push the issue, push the bounds of what they can do. And if you don't stop them, if you have a protest, people are absolutely going to push the issue to see how far can they actually get before the police do something. And if it seems to be they can go as far as they want, yeah, they're going to destroy your fucking city. What did you think was going to happen?
gas stations, parking lot kiosks burning down. So it's really getting out of control. And for all the people that are saying, well, this is just downtown LA, this isn't widespread. It's like, listen, LA is a big place. Most people in LA were having a normal Sunday, but that has nothing to do with the havoc and the terror that the people and the citizens of downtown LA and adjacent cities are experiencing.
Yeah, I mean, the sad thing is a show of force is really what these people need, because they will just do as much as we let them do. And, you know, it's now gone weird with the Democratic politicians that have to sort of take their side. I mean, I basically said, look.
No, they don't have to take their side, but they're cowards. The politicians are absolutely cowards who are accepting this and saying this is a good thing. It's because they're too scared of getting voted out.
I just spent 4 years being lectured by Democrats that there was no National Guard for January 6th, and Trump should have dispatched a National Guard because that would have prevented all this. Now they don't want the National Guard here because they're incendiary. Like, is the National Guard good or bad, bitch? Like, which is it? Which is it? And it could have prevented the greatest attack since Pearl Harbor, which, by the way, Pelosi should have okayed the National Guard, and Miriam Bowser should have okayed the National Guard 3 days ahead when they got the information that we conveniently...
For those of you who don't know, Pelosi and Mayor Bowser, 3 days prior to January 6th, there was a National Guard outfit request that they both just denied. They just didn't want it. They said they didn't want it. I'm not saying that caused January 6th, but afterwards... They said January 6th, they're like, where's the National Guard? We need a National Guard. Well, why aren't they saying the same thing here? Adam Carolla is 100% right. Why is the National Guard all of a sudden this terrible monster, this evil thing to stop these road pirates from doing what they're doing? That was a donut operator quote. If you haven't seen his stuff, go watch it. His shit's hilarious.
But okay. But is the National Guard good or bad? And the answer is, well, it's good when we can use it for our argument, then bad when we can use it for a different argument. Mm-hmm. Also... a bunch of guys in uniforms with weapons.
Yeah, the National Guard is only good when it's convenient for the Democrats, apparently.
I would argue does not incite the crowd. It tends to clean up the crowd. And also, it's not incendiary. Okay, we'll just do your math. Let's do the math. Okay, for the sake of argument, there's 500 cops. All right. Or for the sake of argument, there's 200 cops. Okay. And then somebody says, how about we get another 500 National Guardsmen in here? And then you go, well, that would inflame the situation and agitate the people. Okay, well, according to your math, if we got rid of the 200 cops, the whole thing would go away. Because if 200 men in uniform is causing some agitation and 1,000 men in uniform is going to make them spin out, well, then why don't we get rid of the 200 men in uniform and it'll all go away, right? Or would it get worse? And it would get worse. Now shut up. Sorry, Aldo.
Yep. And then somebody's just going to respond to that. I'm sure I'm going to have a comment in this video to Adam's argument right there, like, he's so dumb. Which is essentially always an argument. They're like, because you're an asshole. That's usually the sum of their argument. No intention of fixing anything. They want things to be as bad as possible under the current administration. Absolutely. They are absolutely sabotaging Donald Trump every chance they get because they no longer care about governing. They no longer care about serving the people. They care about their wallets and they care about their narrative. That's exactly what they do. They have considered themselves their own version of a ruling class. They don't understand that they are public servants. They are literally in a job to serve us. That they volunteered for. They didn't just volunteer, they campaigned for these roles. But they act like they're royalty. And that's something that needs to shift. That's a mindset that American people need to shift and flip that switch in their head. They say, hey, wait a minute. These people do actually work for us. These people are not royalty. These people are there because we put them there and because they asked to go. And we should be able to remove them. And we are able to remove them. This is why you gotta get involved in your local politics. This is why you got to find out who your sheriff is. This is why you got to find out who your mayor is. This is absolutely why you need to vote in your primaries when it comes to who your congressmen and your legislators are going to be. Or else idiots like Nancy Pelosi are going to be there for 50 fucking years. I swear she's
that's what they keep saying too. They keep saying, well, the LAPD, they can handle riots. They've handled the biggest riots in the country for the history of our country and the history of our nation. Well, you can't have it both ways. Either we need the National Guard or we need some sort of external force to come in and...
Okay, if they're saying the LAPD can handle it and handle these riots, how did the Rodney King riots end? If you don't know, the Rodney King riots were ended by having a Marine on every corner of every street. That's how the Rodney King riots are ended. And that's why the playbook is to bring in the National Guard and secure the perimeters. That's exactly what Donald Trump's doing. But Gavin Newsom doesn't want to do it because it's not expedient to his political messaging.
And aid them, or the LAPD can handle it themselves. But by the looks of it, they can't. So you got to choose one or the other. You can't just say we don't want help and then continue letting the rioters just run amok on the streets. You either got to handle it or you got to accept help. But not accepting help, I feel like, is unacceptable.
Yeah, and you were talking about, some of your colleagues being doxxed and, covering your face and so on and so forth. And Hakeem Jeffries made this asinine statement a couple days ago about ICE not showing their faces and stuff. It's really...
Oh, Timu Obama?
It's
I love that
interesting. It's an interesting thing. I guess Trump just baits them into taking super retarded stances. We capture it all on film, and then next time there's an election, we're just going to roll out all you guys saying in.
Do I think it'd be better if we just let them burn themselves out, or would it keep escalating? So they're not going to burn themselves out because they're receiving actual material support from these unknown actors. And if they're not, they're stealing support. They're breaking into buildings. The only way this burns out is if the city burns down and there's nothing else to break, or there's nothing else to steal, and then it'll dwindle. But until that point, no, it won't burn out. Like, these people will get hungry, go home, grab a snack, and come back. That's exactly what they're doing. These people aren't just staying there for 5 days straight. More and more, the more these go on, the more people show up because the more popular it is. Streamers are showing up. Hasanabi was there, Denims was there, Taylor Lorenz was there. While they're there, they're calling out other people to come there, and it's encouraging smaller streamers to go there. I'm not going. I live in California, and I refuse to go. I will not do that. I will not partake in that. But as long as influential individuals continue to go to these things and continue to give these things a platform and a positive light, yeah, people are going to keep going there. The only way that this shuts down expeditiously is with the National Guard, the Marines, and the police force working together and physically stopping it. I'm not saying that they can only stop it by killing these people. That's not what I'm saying. They should not hurt people if they can avoid it. But these people are criminals. These people are hurting police, and these people are willing to go to violence. And the police have a right to defend themselves. So no, this will not burn themselves out. This is only going to be stopped by actual police and law enforcement intervention.
Color and in digital copies, a bunch of insane anti-American stuff. I guess that's what he's doing. I think he's baiting them.
He's the king at it. He's the master, if you want to put it that way.
Well, let's play devil's advocate here for a second, because I've been in Los Angeles my whole life. I work construction a lot of my life, and so you work with Hispanic workers. I mean, you work with dudes who work, who come here to work. I never knew which guys were legal, which guys were illegal. The guys I worked with were always just hardworking dudes, and they got along and they were fine and they had enough English and they were this they're just hardworking construction dudes with families and stuff like that. So I'm not going to make an argument for anybody being here illegally, but I also wouldn't make an argument if I wouldn't go to my son, hey, move to Canada, and if they give you any shit, tell me, I'll throw a brick at them. You know what I mean? It's like they got rules, they're sovereign.
Yeah, I saw Karen Bass say that. I saw her say that.
They have a law.
That woman will do anything she can to get the spotlight off her and onto someone else, considering her response to the California fires. She will do everything she can to not take the blame and get the camera off her. And she will say whatever she has to do it. A really funny clip that I saw of is actually...
They have a border. No one gets to just move to Canada. And every liberal asshole in the world would understand if I just went, I'm moving to Canada. Fuck Canada. They go, no, you don't live there. You got to get documented. You got to figure it out. They have laws. Sorry. Like, they would understand that concept. They would understand that concept if I said I'm just moving to Mexico. they'd understand.
So 2 years ago, Jesse Lee Peterson debated Karen Bass, and it was so goddamn funny. How long is this video? 4 minutes. Let's watch it. This is the mayor of LA.
Reason for blacks and Hispanics committing crimes.
We need to figure out how we're going to do this now, okay?
So she see what she does. He's giving actual facts. He's giving statistics on stuff, and it's this topic that's not convenient for her. So we need to figure out how to do this panel. She's trying to do anything to shut this man up.
We need to figure out how we're going to do this
I'm
panel.
speaking.
I know, but I think
But
we
you
need
can't
to
speak
stop.
over me. You need to hold on.
Yeah, but I mean,
Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay? You can't be rude to me. Thank you. Very quick. Right. I can't believe
It's not just me. I think
I want to say that.
She just can't do it. She cannot let this man say what he's about to say because it destroys her narrative. It destroys her core values. It completely destroys it. But yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson destroys this woman. It's hilarious. If you ever have a chance to watch it, you should. I do not agree with everything Jesse Lee Peterson says, but I swear to God, he is entertaining to watch. Now, if anything, he's entertaining. Oh, she's 100% a Karen. Yeah, Karenism is what's ruining this country for sure. Jesus Christ.
Apparently, they've been lying and shit about what's actually been happening.
Let's get right to Brooke Sigmund with the very latest on the Los Angeles riots and what took place overnight.
This.
Hi, Brooke.
Hey guys, that's right. So some of the
watched this. We already saw this. Let's see if there's any more drama going on X. Apparently, someone's messaging. It's probably a Hasan hater. Oh, what does this say? We heard from Felicia, a single mom of 4 who works at the jobs to make ends meet. It's help food table. Okay. Oh, God. Governor Gavin Newsom.
In Los Angeles at the Federal Building, you can see it's being protected. Okay, we are out here in Los Angeles at the Federal Building. You can see it's being protected by the National Guard that Donald Trump has called in. We will be here all evening. Remember, we go live tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Excuse that cough, but do not miss it. Tune in.
See, these are the guys I'm talking about. These are the people I'm talking about. The ones that'll go out and they're exacerbating the issue. They're plugging themselves. They're trying to get their kind of content made and encouraging people to show up.
What? Yeah.
Oh, that is diabolical. Bro looks like the mole rat from Kim Possible. That is diabolical. That is awful.
You guys understand we have a signed warrant authorizing us from a judge to be here. And here's my bag of plugs.
All right, that was a good one. That was really good.
You guys understand we have a signed warrant authorizing us from a judge to be here. And here's my bag of plugs. I'm just telling you. You say we don't have a right to be here. Apparently a judge did.
I don't agree with that, man, but that's pretty goddamn funny. Oh.
Nux, I can't believe you. By the way,
I love Nux. He is so goddamn funny.
real. This is crazy. People say, Nux, I can't believe you have no empathy for these people that are getting deported. No, I have no empathy for the people being deported. I'm sorry. Having empathy for the cruel is being cruel to the innocent. I have zero empathy for the people that are being deported if they are not American citizens.
Yeah, well, and he doesn't even have any skin in the game. He's not even an American citizen. And that's a tech, so he understands a nation's sovereignty and their ability to influence it. They should be able to enforce our sovereignty. We shouldn't have to apologize for removing people who don't belong here. I completely agree with him. If you are here illegally, you need to leave. Yeah, he does make some pretty long videos. He does make some pretty long videos. Like, I'm going to go, after I take a break here at the end of this stream, I'm going to edit probably the section of me reacting to that dipshit who's got a warrant waiting for him. I'm probably going to make that my own separate video. If you want to help me out, go react to it. But it should be up in an hour or two. But, yeah, I'm not very good at editing, so what I do is I chop up my live streams. I don't know how Nux does it. Nux is an amazing editor. He's fucking awesome. Body parts for... Oh, hell no, we're not watching that.
Election because you do not support Israel enough to lose the...
Jesus Christ, lady. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier, saying, will they burn out? No, dude, not as long as we got heroes like this guy here. I actually, I've stopped at a couple of these cars. Dude, they're pretty damn good. These hot dogs they make, these bacon-wrapped hot dog with all the peppers and stuff, I get them fully loaded. Delicious. Remember, never riot on an empty stomach. We already saw that video. No, I don't want whores. I don't want to see whores. I'm good. Well, there's got to be more. Yeah, no, I hate to break it to you, bud. That's not his neck. He's leaning on his back. I'm sorry, there's very few things as unintimidating as a bicycle cop. Like, I don't know why they do that. It's probably just to get around because of the mobility issues in high traffic areas like cities, but bicycle cops are very unintimidating. It's not a very scary look. But like, oh shit, watch out guys, he's got a fucking Huffy.
California, the mayor wearing a uniform because you don't know exactly who they are. In Los Angeles, the governor of California, the mayor of Los Angeles, they're incompetent, and they paid.
Oh, what's going on, NT? Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Agitators and insurrectionists. They're engaged in this.
Oh, we're just covering some of the riots and some of the things that have been going on. So the riots are spreading. Those of you who don't know, the riots have started popping up everywhere. Philadelphia, Spokane, Washington, New York, Chicago. Quite a few places are going crazy right now. All in the name of people who are here illegally. Damn.
He crashed!
Yeah, now you are, after you guys tore apart the city. We're trying to leave. We're sorry. Maybe don't riot.
You don't have to show you an arrest.
Grab your girl after saying they don't need a warrant to enter. Trump Gestapo bust into homes, grabs any that they're outside.
Don't have to show you an arrest.
To enter a home, you have to show a warrant.
We can sit here and argue.
For the most part, yes. To enter a home, to break into a home as a police officer, you need a warrant. But if they watch a criminal run into a house, that's called probable cause. There is probable cause exceptions for entering homes and facilities.
Who's the why? Who's the why?
Hey, oh, a literal dumpster fire. Always a fan of that. That's always good. That really just reminds me of peace. Doesn't that look like a whole lot of peace right now? It's peace fire. It's peace fire. These are peaceful rocks that they're throwing. These are peaceful violence. Okay? That's weird though. That's got to smell like shit. Oh, so it's an issue when ICE cuts off public sidewalks and detain peaceful people. But it's a problem when ICE blocks the road. But when protesters with no kind of permit are blocking fucking highways, it's okay. It's godly. It's saintly. Oh, everyone is. Oh, yes, you're right, NT. Every single person on the planet is an asshole. Every one of them.
What's your name?
Damn, it's only been a year. It's only been a year since Hawk 2 was discovered, I guess. Old blowjob girl.
Crash that was involved.
I think this is the
federal
one where...
agent Scott Reif. You're live overhead with all the details from Air 7.
Yeah, Colleen, according to the LAPD Hollenbeck Division, this incident here occurred about 11 o'clock right here at Whittier Boulevard in Calzona in Boyle Heights, involving a federal agent. Now, we believe there's video showing it's an ICE agent, and they fled the scene. According to initial reports, that's what we believe happened. Hollenbeck Division is even saying they're investigating this.
Oh, I promise you that person's going to get paid out. Absolutely.
Including Latino. But it doesn't mean that the American people, including Latinos, who, by the way, his approval has completely plummeted with, aren't seeing how mismanaged this immigration system is, the way that Trump and co are doing it. 63% say that illegals should get a court hearing before being deported. Q. Kilmar Ortega Garcia. 57% say that he's not being careful in carrying out deportations. 52% that he's going too far. And
okay, so look at the questions you guys are asking. You're asking these very broad questions with very little specifics.
58% opposed deporting people with no criminal records.
Okay, if you're here illegally, that's a criminal record. You're a criminal by definition. What are you talking about?
And Brian said, well, this is what they were sent there to do. Get the people out with criminal records. 70% of people who have been taken into custody have not been convicted of anything. That is...
Are they here illegally? Are they here illegally? Do we really have to go through this whole charade where you're like, oh, they're not committing any crime? If they're here illegally, they are committing a crime every second that they're here illegally. What are you talking about?
In opposition of what they said that they were going to do. How are you?
Criminal records, 113.
113, but thousands have been deported. People are in foreign gulags without criminal records.
All right, well, Jessica,
Brian,
when you break into the country, you're going to get kicked out.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are. You break into a country, you're going to get kicked out. If I break into your house, you're going to want me removed. Am I going to get my due process to say I can stay or go from your fucking apartment if I break into it? No, you're going to tell me to get the fuck out. What are you talking about? It's the same principle.
Yeah, you are. That's the rule.
The American public don't want it.
Okay, well, the American public...
They literally voted for it, lady. What are you talking about? And they always do this. Listen to what she says.
Okay, well, the American public...
What's wrong? Okay, first off, my mother was a manicurist. Okay? She did it for 10 years, and she was great at it. Why are you talking about people in these ways? Why are you saying that these professions are unimportant or low skilled? It takes a lot of skill to be a manicurist. It takes a lot of skill to be a hairdresser. These are all things that people keep demeaning. You keep saying, oh, who's going to do your nails? Who's going to pick our fruit and stuff? What is your problem? Why are you insulting these people? Why are you insulting these professions and demeaning them, saying that, alluding to them being unskilled? What's your problem? Do you know any idea how fucking derogatory that is?
I don't get manicures.
I don't think that's true. I see your nails every day.
I cut them very well. I mean, is that bad?
See, that's the point I'm talking about. She can't make an actual argument that compels anybody, so she just goes to attack. She just attacks him personally. She can't actually argue with what he's saying because what he's saying is true. So she goes on the attack and just goes after his nails of all things.
You want me to come in here with fangs? What?
You do that cuticle work yourself?
Cuticle work? I have beautiful cuticles, and all I just use is one of these little scissors. I'm very dexterous.
How do you know what a cuticle is? Brett asked me.
Oh, she's shocked that a grown man knows how to take care of his own body. He's only lived in it his entire fucking life.
A cuticle is the part of the nail that meets the skin. Okay.
See, that's what they do. They trick you into talking about things that aren't on the topic, and they just get you to waste time. That's all they do.
Moron, Jessica, despite what I sound like.
I literally do not want to see you at your... You really do not give a fuck about what's happening in LA or have no empathy for these fucking ICE raids. I literally do not want to see you at your favorite Hispanic restaurant. I don't want to see your fucking videos and pictures of you at Mexico City or at the Vallarta I don't want to see a margarita in your hand. I don't want to see you at your favorite vacation spot in your South American country, wherever you're going to. Okay, I don't. Because you cannot...
I'm gonna go get Mexican food right after this.
...indulge yourself in other
I hope you see me there.
cultures if you do not give a fuck about those people. You can't. You can't. What's going on...
I can.
And
I will.
With these fucking
I will.
ice raids is absolutely deplorable.
It's not. It's absolutely legal.
And for some people to just have zero empathy is actually fucking disgusting.
I wouldn't say it's people having zero empathy. I would say it's people having their own lives and their own struggles to go through. Have you ever thought for maybe 1 second most people aren't terminally online and most people are just trying to make ends meet and take care of their children and take care of their job, or maybe working towards a college degree, or maybe working towards a promotion? Have you ever considered, even for a second, people are voting with not with their hearts in mind, but their wallets in mind, and the bills and the actual income issues that they have to deal with? Because not everybody's a fucking millionaire. Not everybody has the time to just have disposable income to do things. Have you ever considered that maybe people have their own struggles going on other than this? Their lives don't revolve around TikTok and or the internet. So they're not terminally just like, LA. No. People have other responsibilities. People have their own lives to live. And guess what? Some of those people voted for Trump. And some of those people are going to go get Mexican food. I'm going to. I'm doing it today. Just because you said I couldn't. I hope I see you there.
And we see who you are. We do. And I really hope...
And who you are is a crybaby. That's who you are.
That when this stuff is in the history books, I hope you can fully tell your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, what you did during this time. And I hope you can say it with your full chest.
I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't go on TikTok and tell people that they're not allowed to have fucking tacos and burritos, or else you're going to find them or see them, or they can't go vacationing or do shit they want to pay for. I could probably just do that. I'm not going to tell them that.
That you either did something or you did nothing. Please be fucking serious and have some fucking empathy. I beg.
Yeah, I'm really intimidated by your beg. I promise you. Yeah, homie needs a towel bad. Homie is drowning in sweat. Oh,
actually
God. Oh, this fucking guy. Wait, is Kyle Kalinske actually going to have a base take for once? Hold
Talk
on.
a little bit about the Democrats here. So look, let me say this up front because I actually think this is really important in today's day and age to make this point and make it repeatedly. But the point of this segment is not to be a fucking dipshit and a dimwit and to say, bro, everything's equal, bro. Both sides are the same, bro. It's like, like that's just how it is. Like both sides are bad, bro. It's the dumbest, lowest IQ point of all time. We are so far above and beyond the era where somebody could say that and have it be a valid point, given the nature of what the Trump administration is doing right now in front of our face on a daily basis. The single worst Democrat in the country would not be this fucking horrible. If Joe Manchin was president, it wouldn't.
I had hope. I did it, guys. I sucked the dick of hope. I had hope that he was going to have fucking some kind of base take saying that both sides are imperfect or something. No, he's just another unhinged retard.
Now look, this disgusting, humiliating, embarrassing, pathetic, corrupt. I mean, you have a South African robber baron billionaire illegally hacking the treasury.
Yeah, they don't see in shades of gray. They don't see. They see in a two-color spectrum, black and white. That's all they see. Oh, it tasted like... You're right, I definitely did. I was a dick sucker. I sucked the dick of hope on that one. I had hope. Oh, you can eat lobster buffet in Vegas?
Have more lobster once you... Appreciate you, boss. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, well.
Can I have more lobster or not?
You can have more lobster once you've completed these, sir.
I have to eat all this first. To be clear, the rules are that I have to finish a plate.
All right, this guy's pushing it. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of lobster. I'm pretty sure if you eat that, you will shit your pants. I do love lobster. Lobster is delicious. Yeah, so that's called pushing them off the fence. There's two ways you can do it. You can push somebody off the fence and they're going to hate you, or you can actually talk to them and try to learn their side. Or get on the fence with them and talk to them. When's the last time any of us have had an actual talk with a complete stranger? I actually had that interaction quite often. When I go to my local coffee shop, sometimes I met people. I met one of my good friends, a dude named Sean. Good man. I talked to him for 2 hours. And we realized the shop was closing around us. A lot of people don't talk anymore. A lot of people just make statements, and if you don't fucking kowtow and fall in line, they hate you. And that's both on the right and the left. They both do it. See, this is the kind of videos we need to see. Young men standing up for what's right. Stopping these people from trying to break in and steal things that aren't theirs. These are good men right here. Him right there. This is a protest. This isn't a fucking shopping store. These are the guys that we should be making famous. People who go out and do stuff like this. This is the guy. If Hasan Piker did something like this, I'd be his biggest fucking fan. I would fucking sing his praises. Because it's not the acts we do that are popular, it's the acts that you do that are unpopular that make you brave. This man is extremely brave for this. He didn't know what could happen. These looters, they could have turned around and attacked him, but he didn't care because he wanted to stand up for what was right, was protecting a small business, protecting a 7-Eleven owned by an independent operator and keeping it from getting looted and telling people to go back to the protest. This man is truly brave. I appreciate this man. This is the man that people need to follow. Oh, absolutely not. Hasan's a fucking total coward. He would never do this. He noticed that at no point was he at any of these riots during the nighttime. This is at nighttime. He would never be at a riot at nighttime. He's a fucking coward. I don't think he made a huge mistake. I think California's making a huge mistake. Let's go back to the top. The press vest. Yeah, the press vest had me dying yesterday. I'm not going to lie. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that press vest was hilarious. He definitely got that shit off Tebow. Press vests are blue, by the way, dork. They're blue and they have neck guards. Let me see. Yeah, those are clearly just patches he bought. This is a he's LARPing. He bought this vest probably at some kind of airsoft store, and he's just faking. That's hilarious. Oh, look at all this piece. Look at this. This is Senator John Fetterman. He's a Democrat. I actually appreciate this man. He's very based. If you don't know who he is, he was the one that the Republicans were complaining about for his cognitive capacity after his stroke. And he seems to be very cognitive. And they were also complaining about him wearing shorts and a sweatshirt. Well, it's almost like he dresses like an American citizen. That's how American people dress all the time. John Fetterman usually is probably the most based Democrat there is. Oh, no. I think I'm actually going to call it there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Get that off my stream. Hold on a second.
I love that y'all love supporting the president.
If anyone's complaining about the Texas National Guard showing up to prevent things from happening, that's the difference between being proactive and reactive. Texas National Guard and the Texas governor are being proactive because they've seen what these protests can lead to. They lead to a riot. So that's why he's amping up his forces. He's being protective, kind of like the Democrats were saying, oh, why weren't you being proactive during January 6th? Why was the National Guard there? Texas Governor Greg Abbott does it, and now they're like, oh, he's a fucking fascist. He's a piece of shit. No, he's being proactive. He's taking care of his community. It's almost like he wants his home to be safe and clean. What? I didn't know we had a congressional baseball game. That's hilarious. Let's check YouTube one last time. Let's go see what we got. See if there's any craziness that we can cover real quick. There's footage of the Carmelo Anthony thing going down? Well, fuck it.
Well, things are heating up in the Carmelo Anthony case, and now...
For those of you who don't know, Carmelo Anthony is being arraigned. He was arrested for the alleged stabbing of Austin Metcalf at a track meet at their school. I don't know... We don't have the facts as yet because it hasn't been adjudicated in court, but the suspicion is that Carmelo Anthony did do this, and allegedly they have found the knife. Allegedly there is some kind of video going around of the incident in question.
Oh, we know there is footage of the incident, and no shock. Apparently, they are refusing to release it to the public, but they're letting the media see it, and the media tell us what they saw, which is absolutely ridiculous.
That is preposterous. It's completely retarded.
I'm sure the completely non-biased and definitely not untrustworthy mainstream media is going to tell me exactly what's in these tapes. The case is, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. By the way, Carmelo Anthony is scheduled to be indicted this month. I am predicting now that he will not get charged with the correct crime.
Don't tarnish that. Don't tarnish the WWE guy's name like that. We respect wrestling here. Anybody who talks shit about wrestling is, hey, they probably just don't. It's okay to not like something, but it's not okay to shit on something. Wrestling is actually very enjoyable. It's been around for decades for a reason.
He will get charged with the lesser crime. That's my prediction. From the judge, Lord.
If you've never been to a WWE wrestling event live, if you ever get the chance, go. It is so much fucking fun. Go.
Into the bail, to the school letting him graduate, to or lowering the bail, to even giving him bail in the first place. Every person along the way here has allowed what is, in my opinion, at least in some part, premeditated crime go with the least punishment humanly imaginable. They're even talking about delaying the trial so that media will forget about it, so that you will forget about it. Make sure you leave a like in this video and you subscribe or follow, because I won't stop covering this until justice is served. Here's the article. Terrifying surveillance footage emerges of Austin Metcalf's attack at the track meet. The horrific incident that saw track star Austin Metcalf pass away was recorded on surveillance footage. Austin Metcalf.
So, if anyone's wondering, the judge does have to release this footage. He has to okay it being taken from evidence and continue to be in evidence if it's released to the public. A lot of people think that if a video comes out publicly, it won't be allowed in evidence. Some cases yes, some cases no. So it's up to the judge usually for that. So clearly this judge said, yeah, it's okay for a partial release to the media, which is bullshit, because if they're going to release it to the media, they might as well release it to everybody.
A Memorial High School junior, we all know, lost his life that day because somebody had low impulse control. The devastating incident on April 2nd was recorded on a wide-angle camera capturing a distant view of the stadium in Frisco where the ordeal unraveled. A tiny portion of the clash would be seen in the upper left-hand corner on the screen, according to WFAA, who was granted a limited access to the footage. The video reportedly shows Memorial High School pop-up tent on the track meet where Anthony was accused of barging into before allegedly pulling out his poker, as the kids say on TikTok now. Metcalf and Anthony, Metcalf and Anthony, then a senior at rival Centennial High School, were not, quote, totally identifiable in the video provided by the school district. Gee, I wonder why.
So it seems like this article is just going to be complete obfuscation of what people are trying to get. They're just like, hey, what they want to know what happened. I promise you, this article is probably not going to allege or tell you what they saw. It's probably just going to tell you a bunch of details that don't matter.
Gee, I wonder if they scaled it down so you couldn't tell what was going on. You know, I just have this weird feeling. At 9:55 a.m., a sudden movement was seen at the tent on the bleachers, but the alleged incident wasn't totally visible. There was movement outside the tent, but it was all heavily pixelated, showing figures at the top of the bleachers. Some of them were positioned just above the tent, and others just below. Shortly after the sudden movement, several people, likely students, were seen running from the area. Others on the field reacted by moving toward the back gate. Paramedics arrived at the scene 9 minutes after the incident, entering through the same back gate and parking in the middle of the field. It had been previously reported that Metcalf's twin brother Hunter was with him and held him as he passed away. On the video, paramedics were seen wheeling a gurney to the bottom of the bleachers to attempt to save Austin's life. About 15 minutes after the incident.
So it looks like we're not going to get the video of what actually happened. I'm not going to continue watching this if that's not what we're going to get. This is truly a tragedy. Multiple lives destroyed, one life lost, and I sincerely believe that Carmelo Anthony is more than likely going to go to prison. His life is essentially over if that happens. It's sad. It's sad to see youth throw their lives away, throw their future away for something as petty as sitting under a tent. From the allegations, allegedly, Austin Metcalf and his brother tried to remove this person from their team's tent. Carmelo Anthony allegedly reached into his bag and said something along the lines of, touch me, see what happens. And I'm guessing they tried to remove him from the tent, and he stabbed. Someone stabbed. We're assuming it was Carmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest, in the heart, killing him. And then fled the scene, and then later admitted it to the cops. I am too. It's probably a good thing that the video is not released. It's probably a good thing, because say it gets released and it completely condemns. We'll do a little thought exercise. Say it completely condemns Carmelo Anthony. It shows as a matter of fact. It shows exactly what everyone suspects, that this was done and that Carmelo Anthony did it. What's going to happen? People are going to be up in arms. People are going to freak out. All the people on Carmelo Anthony's side are probably going to protest it. They're going to say that since the video was released, it's not eligible for evidence. They're going to demand this, and then when it doesn't get removed from evidence, they're going to riot. That's what I would believe would happen, because that'd be par for the course. Say the video comes out and Carmelo Anthony is completely exonerated. Then what happens? This issue just dies. And that's it. So I don't see them releasing the video. Like, if it comes out and Carmelo Anthony's completely innocent and the video's out and it shows that, then they're going to have their victory parade. They're going to have that. There's going to be some, I guess you can call it protests. It's probably just some social activism saying, and then it's just going to, they're going to say, oh, this whole thing was racism. That's what they would say. They say this whole thing was just racism devolved instead of just being a fight. But do I believe that's going to happen? Absolutely not. I believe that they're going to keep the video straight to their chest until the court is done, until whatever has to go down goes down, and maybe when the conviction is made, they probably still won't release the video. They'll probably seal the record because of how toxic and political this has become. And if they do that, if the video doesn't get released and he does get convicted, I promise you there will be riots. There will be a riot in the name of St. Anthony, and that's what they will do. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do.
A tarp was raised.
ICE deports entire
Law enforcement
highway
agencies
immigrants?
across the country have been stepping up efforts looking for people who are not living here legally.
Landscaping trucks, state troopers, and eventually immigration agents.
So getting behind the wheel of a car could now mean one gets deported. And all across the country, traffic stops are becoming a new method of immigration enforcement. However, activists are sounding the alarm, saying that police are profiling.
Oh man, I'm not gonna react to this. He only posted this 3 hours ago. Nope. Them's the rules. I don't react to stuff. I thought this was a Fox News video. I didn't know this was a Cash Jordan video. Sorry. Sorry, Cash. I will not react to your stuff until it's been 24 hours. Alright, well, actually, I think I'm going to take a little break there, actually. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Just because it's in the morning, we cover all these terrible topics doesn't mean that the world's a bad place. Remember, people are just people trying to get through the day. Doesn't mean not everyone has an agenda. Most people don't. In fact, most people are just trying to get home safely, and most people are just trying to make their lives a little better. So please comment, like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact. Go check out my YouTube videos. I released a video of Denims on my YouTube channel. She blocked me, even though I had never even talked to her. And it was 100% because I commented on a Tectone post. So if you want to check that out and show me some support, give me some critiques, thank you very much. Have a nice day, everybody.